freighter too. Drawback with this freighter wreck is that I'm not really in that good of a position to fight things. So if there is any kind of hostile there, I'm gonna have to just run. So I gotta clear away some of this underbrush here. Close now. I don't see anything. Just this gas. Yes. It occurs to me now that I could have. I could have used my object detector to check for them. There don't seem to be any here. Yeah, let me guess a spider or something's gonna show up like right there. Body of the freighter is here. It is operational, which is a bit of an ice break. There's the hard drive. Since I already have like that one more reserved for the last, I guess, leg of well, not sulfur research, but fuel research. I'm gonna go after. I like to make sure that I've picked this site clean. Right now, though, I can't really afford to be sure if I can't really stand around here going through all these gas filters. Oh, look, there's that hog again. Those things never really stop chasing you. So I'm gonna have to be in a rather indirect retreat. As for that power slug, I can't just see that thing and not go after it. There's just too much demand for power slugs. Yeah, there we go. Just sneak by here. And I think I'm finished with adventures for the time being. So I'm gonna go back to Freighter Lake. It should be down this way. Yeah. Just pad my landing. Okay, well, that was an adventure, and I think by now my supercomputer should be finished. Alright, so I'll just go back to Hub Central, and if they are finished, I will put them into the freighter and open up leading edge production. There we go. Leading edge production. The Mariner Mark III provides top-of-the-line resource extraction potential, making it even easier to contribute to project assembly. Project Part Number 8, the thermal propulsion rocket, is the most complex project part of this phase, as it requires turbo motors and thus requires your best. Fix-It didn't think pioneers such as you could get this far. I'm glad we have both proven them wrong. It's only got like 5 minutes. So let's open particle enrichment. I wonder if that has anything to do with what you do with radioactive waste. It does give me nitric acid. That helps. I should have enough quickwire. I'll have to go down to Presbyterium and check, but I should have enough. And what else was there? Just pick this as a milestone. Okay, well, I'm glad that I kept this making fused modular frames, but then there's turbo motors and cooling systems. Oh, cooling systems require heat sinks. And it looks like nitrogen gas as well. And water. However, I think it's possible to, at least theoretically, let me see that nitrogen pipeline. It's a Mark I pipeline, but I think you can make. There's a Mark II pipeline. What does the Mark II pipeline use here? Oh wait, that's the pipeline pump. Oops. Okay, it uses plastic as well as copper sheets, which I'm starting to run out of. There's this turbo motor. It requires. Okay, I can see why it's considered the most complicated. It requires 4 regular motors, 24 rubber, 2 radio things, and 4 cooling systems. Okay, so we need 200 cooling systems. How to make it like another blender, but but do it somewhere along the pipeline, somewhere where there's somewhere nearby water. But before I do that, I'm gonna have to go down to Presbyterium and pick up 5 stacks of quick wire. Okay, so I got the quick wire plus some extra, accidentally. And let me see if how many fused modular frames I've got on me. Okay, yeah, it's 21, so 70 something, but I'm gonna need more aluminum, which is something that I'm probably gonna be saying a lot. But other than that, I'm nearly there. How about these new buildings? I think that's the Miner Mark III they're talking about, which requires supercomputers, turbo motors, and fused modular frames. And it's double the Miner Mark II. I guess the real question is, am I going to need something like that? I mean, yeah, it would make production go faster. But on the other side of that argument, I would like time to explore this place. So depending, I might not really need a Miner Mark III. It's good as a nice to have, though. Alright, enough of this. I'm going to go to prime element aluminum and grab the aluminum casings that are there. And maybe along the way back... No, forget what I said about that. I'm going to have to upgrade the pipeline to Mark II for the nitrogen gas. But in order to do that, I need a lot more copper sheeting, which I can get my hands on, but just not here. Not like right now. Okay, got more aluminum casings. There. And with some left over too. Alright, let me go back and see what so these cooling systems. Actually I can just do it here. You need heat sinks, which, crafting bench, sorry, assembler I can use there. Rubber, water, and nitrogen gas. So I guess what I need is copper sheeting, aluminum, thing. Wait a minute, what's this? Thermal propulsion rockets. You know, every time I make too many of a project part, I always mean to sink it or something, but then I find out that I need them for, well, something else. And I'm glad I kept them. Yeah, it looks as though these are going to be hideously complicated. Well, I'm going to need to find a water source somewhere along this pipeline. Yeah, now this looks promising. It's a water source like right there. Oh yeah, this was the first freighter crash that I ever harvested. Or, well, recovered stuff from. I can put a water extractor here. And the pipeline's right there. So as soon as this dude gets out of the way, and I can probably connect the power from Spiral Lake. Here there were less hogs. Now there's 3 of them. Alright. Fine. I know I'm gonna need at least 1 water extractor, so here. Put that right on. There. I'm going to put this Blend-O-Matic here. Right there. Alright, so how much of this stuff do I need? 150 a minute nitrogen gas, 30 a minute water. Water can be extracted at 120 a minute, so I can easily underclock this. The other 2 things it needs are heat sinks and rubber. Rubber is easy. Heat sinks require assembly. So I need an assembler too. I'll connect it. there. I'll set this thing to make heat sinks. And simply outclad and copper. Maybe I ought to sync it up production-wise. 12 a minute. This thing eats 12 a minute. It only puts out 7.5 a minute. I'm exactly in the mood to do calculations right now. So I don't know what 1.5 times 7.5 is. It's not 12. I guess we'll... That's a weird percentage. There seems to be a lot of that going around. Got the boxes here. I'm glad that there's a component that uses rubber finally, because rubber, I mean, for the longest time I was never able to use it. But I'm not quite ready to start in with start adding the nitrogen just yet. What I can do is put the junction in for the pipeline. See if I can connect these. Okay, good. Just a dry run. What's the rate they... Yeah, none of them are over... Neither of them are over 60, so... Now we've got 1, 2, 3 machines here. I'll hook them all up. Then put in a switch. I guess this can be part of car motors as well, because you use these cooling systems in turbo motors, which is why I need as many of them as I can lay my hands on, so to speak. But they're made out of relatively simple things. I'm running low on a lot of copper-related supplies, so I'm going to have to go back and restock on sheeting, aluminum, well, not aluminum ingots, but aluminum sheeting, which I did start making at some point, and then yeah, copper sheeting.